why it's never been easier to be an old guy over 50 plus than it is today. Because unlike back in the day where you had to stay at your same old crappy job for the rest of your life, work your old boring 9 to 5, stay in the same town for the rest of your life, you no longer have to do that, right? Everything is at your fingertips. You can quit your job, you could build a business online, you could have freedom of location, right? You could travel 24/7, you could live where you want, you could work from where you want. I mean, ever since the pandemic especially, a lot of people started working remote, right? Most people left the city and went back to their hometown or moved to the suburbs where it was much cheaper, much safer, and they didn't have to leave their homes. They could work right from their computers, right? Who would have ever have guessed that would have been possible back in the day? You know, back in the day, you had to go into work, right? You had to get your ass up early in the morning, get out there in traffic, drive to work in the cold, and then go into your job and sit there all day long and until the day is over, and then drive back in the same like 2-3 hour traffic that it took for you to get to work to get home. Whereas these days, I mean, you really can work from your laptop, work remote, or you can just build some side gig or build some online business that you can do right from your computer. You can work from wherever you want, right? We didn't have this technology back in the day, did we? So, I mean, now really is the best time more than ever to be an old dude over 50 plus, right? Not only, I mean, obviously anybody can do this, right? You could be in your 20s, you can do this. You could be in your 30s, 40s, you can do this. But obviously I think we can appreciate it more because we remember a time where we didn't have this ease and this convenience at our fingertips, right? You guys remember going to the record store to buy your favorite CD or the latest, album that just came out with your favorite song on it? We actually had to like get our asses up, go down to the record store and buy that, $17 CD or that $13 cassette tape, right? And just hope that they had it in stock. And if they didn't have it in stock, guess what? Got to go to another record store and see if they have it, if it wasn't sold out. If it was a popular song, most times that song wasn't available, right? That album or that cassette wasn't available because it was so popular. Or they would force you to buy the entire cassette tape, which was super annoying. I remember having to buy the entire cassette tape just to get one song, right? You got to buy the whole cassette tape for one freaking song, and the rest of the songs on that cassette were usually garbage. So these days, you don't even have to do that, right? These days, you just go online, you can download that song like that. You can download it right on YouTube, watch the video while you're at it, right? You don't need to go to the record store anymore. You could play it on your phone. You don't even need to download it anymore. You can just stream it whenever you want to. How easy is that? Right? The second it gets released, boom, you have access to it. So, we didn't have this ease and this convenience before. If we wanted to get a new shirt, if we wanted to get a new watch, if we wanted to get a new bracelet, new pants, anything, guess what we had to do? We had to get our asses up again, and we had to go down to the mall, which wasn't so bad. It was kind of fun, right? You get to pick up girls and see girls and, maybe even see some people at the mall, meet up with friends, whatever. So we usually make a day of it. But regardless, you had to get your ass up and go down to the mall to go shop and get your shirt, get your watch, whatever it is you needed to buy. Whereas today, don't even need to do that, right? Just get on your phone, load up Amazon, or just Google it, go online, go on eBay, whatever it is, right? Find it like that, have it sent right to your house within 24 hours. If not 48 hours, right? I mean, you could just buy it right then and there. You don't have to worry about it. Okay? You had access to it right then and there. So, I mean, just another perk of, being an older dude over 50. It's like you appreciate it more. Whereas like younger generation, they're growing up with this, right? So they don't know what a record store is, right? They don't know what it's like to have to like get up and go down to the mall to actually buy something IRL in real life, right? They're used to this convenience. Whereas we did not have this convenience before, right? So it's more appreciative, like we appreciate it more. Some other things, right? When our car breaks down, for example. When our car breaks down, back in the day, had to bring it to the shop. and you had to choose a shop just based on what you saw in the yellow pages, right? You just flip through the yellow pages, go, okay, this person has the biggest ad, so they must be the best. And then you would take it there and they'd rip you off, right? They tell you this is wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, and that's wrong. Got to replace all these parts that you probably didn't need to replace. Whereas today, right? Today, all you need is one of those OBD scanners. You could get that at, Walmart, any O'Reilly's or AutoZone for like $30, or you get it on Amazon, right? You can order it, have it delivered to your house. You plug that into your port in your car's computer, right? Which is usually right under your dash, under your steering wheel on the left side, FYI. You plug that in and you have a check engine light. It will tell you the code. All you do, go on Google, type in that code, P0, whatever the rest of the code is. It will tell you exactly what's wrong with your car. You order the part online, boom, you get the part, and you can either install it yourself or you can just bring it to your shop and go, hey, can you just install this one part for me? Sure, $50. Done. Whereas back in the day, that's like $500 because he would replace all these parts that you didn't need to replace. So boom, more convenience, right? More convenience. Whereas we didn't have this convenience back in the day, right? Back in the day, like I said, man, the best that we had was the yellow pages. We just have to use the yellow pages and just pick the biggest ads in there, which is usually what we would do, right? We would just find the biggest ad and go, yep, this person. Let's go to them, right? If you wanted to order food, say you wanted to order pizza, you do the same thing. Just look under P for pizza, go, oh, okay, this one looks like it's the best. It has the biggest ad and it has a coupon, so let me try them. And then the pizza was usually like, kind of subpar, right? Whereas today, what do you got? You got Yelp, right? You go on Yelp, 1-star review, not eating there. 1 star, nope, not eating there. Oh, only 2 stars, not eating there. And then you finally find one that's 5 stars. You go, yep, them. Call them up, order your fabulous pizza, boom, gets delivered just like that. You get the same coupon, right? So we have all this technology around us that really, it's hard to appreciate if you grew up with this technology, right? If you had this technology at your fingertips since you were born, it's really hard to appreciate it, right? I mean, yeah, you just don't realize like how much convenience we have until you really think about how bad. I mean, it wasn't even that bad. Like what we had to go through back in the day just to get things, right? I mean, even when it came to diets, right? I remember my sister was always trying these weird diets. She would try the Weight Watchers. She would try like, there were always like certain pills or like, yeah, you would have to like go to the bookstore and look at books on diets. Whereas today you don't even need to do that. You can just do all your research on Google within minutes, literally, or you could just go on YouTube and be like, hey, let me see what this paleo diet's about. And then you could go on YouTube and there's probably at least a few dozen YouTubers with big channels who are all doing the paleo diet and posting their results, right? They posted their before pics where there are these big fat asses, and then 90 days later, they're like thin and shredded, and you're like, oh, okay, that works. And here's their step-by-step plan. All you got to do is follow the plan. Boom, that easy. Same thing with keto. There's tons of keto, channels if you want to follow that. Boom, follow it, done. You don't have to go down and to the bookstore, or you don't have to like search through your TV guide to see when Richard Simmons is going to be on TV doing his aerobics. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you can just like get on Google or get on YouTube and see somebody who has done exactly the diet that you want to do and see if it works for you and see what their results are like and see if their eating plan is something that you can adapt into your own eating schedule, right? Or something that you can pull off. So a lot of this is done for you. I mean, even building a business. I remember like back in the day, like starting your own business was like this big thing, right? It's like, you had to know somebody who was doing that, or you had to have a mentor, you had to have gone to business school or something. Whereas today, I mean, really, same thing. You could either get on Google or you could get on YouTube and you can find somebody who's already doing that and you can learn from them, right? I mean, really, that's how I learned how to start my business. It's just I looked at people who had kind of similar businesses, but not really. I remember I started like looking to this guy. His name was Jeff Walker. He did this thing called product launch formula, and I'm like, how can I adapt this into my pickup and dating business? What can I do here? And I talked to a few people, and they gave me some tips, and I did it, and it worked. It was simple as that. I was like, okay, I didn't need to spend years at the bookstore like I used to back in the day. I mean, I'd started businesses before in the 90s that did okay, but they weren't going to retire me or anything like that. But once YouTube came around and Google and started to get more, it started to mature more and have better results. I was able to find like better mentors and people who could help me, and you can too. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's crazy to me that people don't really take advantage of technology like they should, because it's here, and this is why I always say, like, this is the best time ever to be alive. I mean, especially if you're an old guy over 50 like me, because we do remember a time where life wasn't so easy, right? Now it's pretty easy. It's almost too easy, right? It's almost too easy. Reminds me of White Man Can't Jump. It is just too easy, right? It's just almost too easy, because we have so much convenience at our fingertips, right? So much convenience at our fingertips that it's insane. It's easy to take it for granted, right? But you shouldn't. You shouldn't, because all you have to do is remember that back in the day when we didn't have all this convenience, and you really did have to go out there and pound the pavement, right? And it just baffles me that so many of these younger kids they totally take it for granted. So yeah, I mean, don't take it for granted, guys. Don't take it for granted, guys, because I mean, it's never been easier to be an old guy than it is today, right? I mean, it's just so much easier to be an old guy than it was like 1,000 years ago, right? 1,000 years ago, I mean, our ancestors were out there hunting for food, and usually once you got to a certain elderly age, you really couldn't hunt anymore. You were not of that much value to the tribe. And the only reason they would keep you around now was for your hunting knowledge, your wisdom, your life experience that you could share with the rest of the tribe, because you couldn't really do much else that was physical. So yeah, just appreciate the fact, if you are an older dude in your 50s, man, just appreciate the fact that we remembered time before the internet when things weren't so easy, but we made it, we made the most of it, we made it fun. Whereas now we have the internet and things are just 1,000 times easier, 1,000 times more convenient. I mean, you don't have to really even lift a finger. I mean, by the time we're all like 80 or 90 and we can't move around anymore, I wouldn't be surprised if we have like robo walkers, robo care, automated cars. I mean, they're already working on automated cars, so I would not be surprised if that's the thing in the future. I want to drive as long as I can. I like driving, but at some point, you're not able to drive anymore, right? They're gonna come and take your license, so you won't be able to drive anymore. But that's when the automated cars will just be the thing that you'll rely on in the future if you still want to get around. So yeah, appreciate the fact that as an older guy, I mean, it's never been easier to be a 50-plus-year-old dude, right? I mean, it's harder for our parents, right? For our parents who are like, say they're in their 70s, because it's almost like it's too much for them, right? You know what I mean? Where your parents are probably asking you the simplest questions about their phones and like, how do I save my photos, or how do I email someone? Or I mean, they're asking you like the most simplest things, whereas we're young enough to get it, right? We're still young enough to understand it, where it's not like so foreign to us as it is our parents, right? I mean, my parents are still kind of like lost with their cell phones even, and I have to explain things to them, right? Whereas we're kind of in this sweet spot where, we didn't grow up with we didn't grow up with computers so much. I mean, we did kind of see them because we had Atari and we had video games, so we're kind of familiar with it. So by the time like computers became more mainstream, it wasn't so foreign to us, where we adapted to it pretty quickly, right? Just because we were part of like this video game era. So it was kind of like another it was kind of like an advanced video game almost, right? Except it could do all these other cool things. Like we could buy things on it, right? And we could communicate with other people on it. And then dating apps took off, and other things that I rather not mention. But we're in the sweet spot where we understand and we can appreciate technology, right? But we could also see the dangers of it too, right? Like especially with AI. I mean, I believe like Elon Musk, right? He's part of our generation. He's warning against artificial intelligence because we know the dangers of it. Why? Because we friggin' saw Terminator, right? We know about Skynet, and we know that Skynet can become a reality. So we're like, hey man, we should be concerned. Whereas, it's like the younger generation and the much older generation just don't get it. But we're in this sweet spot where we do get it, right? And we do appreciate technology, but we just don't want too much of it just because we know the dangers of it, right? But that is beauty of being an older guy over 50 plus, is we have that wisdom and we can appreciate the technology and we can take advantage of it. And if you're an older guy like myself, take advantage of it, man. Use it to your benefit. And with that said, drop your comments below, gentlemen. As always, let me know if there's anything you'd like to add. Please drop them in the comments below.
So until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets, signing out from my garage, here with my DeLorean. No bookshelves yet, guys. No bookshelves. But I'm going to sign out here. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. I need your help to help me promote this stuff by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Do it. Do it now, son. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content, specifically for men, even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube, and that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they shut us down one day, which they might, right? But if you're one of my premium subscribers on my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, you will always have access to all of my premium Alpha Male Secrets content. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male content from me. So take advantage of it, okay? Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.